Testing, testing. You guys hear us? You guys at home? No, I don't hear it. I don't hear us. Well, do you guys hear us? Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys hear us? JJ Ostrov, 1-2-1-2, checking in with JJ Ostrov. Can you hear me? You can hear it? Alright. Yo, Shmil, somebody just make sure that our audio is good throughout the game.
Should I use this camera?
No, you just switch it in between. No, but then you won't be able to hear it as well. Yeah, but you. Alright, fine. Switch. Alright. Switch. Move over. Oh, no, it's good, it's good. It's good for live broadcast. Alright, we're closing in on 1 minute to game time. Where we're going to have your YST Stars against your May Eagles. The YST Stars against the May Eagles. Everybody, Sub-Commissioner Zachary Kessler is nearing the media table. Give a round of applause for the Assistant Commissioner. All right, so it's a call here. Let me. Bam. Oh, shoot. I messed that up. All right. This is the season total. This is free throw percentage. Damn, what's points per game? All right, I forgot to put in points per game. So the important ones are that Coach averages 19. Shula averages 11. I just remember it. Arnold Point averages 2 points per game. Sorry.
That's nice.
Yeah.
29.
No, third game. See, this is Public Line is the first one. YBT is 11. That's off is 14. See, it's like that. That's off is this one. YBT is middle. Public Line is the first one. This is points per game. This column. It's just squished together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start our first ever live broadcast of the May Eagles basketball game. The NBA, the starting lineup, same as it's been for the first couple of games. Aaron Cohn, number 11 at point guard. Shua Leibowitz, number 5 at shooting guard. Joe Rosen, number 30 at small forward. Yaakov Kirshner, the big dog, number 32 at power forward. And Natan Cohn, the big man, number 34 at center. Going for the start, this tip-off. This is going to be a good one today, JJ.
Coming off a nice junior varsity football win versus the Hacker.
Yeah, it's a good point. Congratulations to the junior varsity football team, on a big win today to remain undefeated. They beat the Hafter Hawks. All right. The tip-off's about to start. There are a couple guys you have to watch for on this undefeated Share team. That's out to Joe Rosen. He's at the top of the key. A defense chat starts from behind us as the game gets underway. Shua Leibowitz at the top of the key. Early turnover. That's a bad start. You don't want to start off like that.
Shua Leibowitz averaging 11 points per game. Season high is 11.
That's a good point. Shua Leibowitz has really been a nice scoring input for this team. And you really need him out here. They got that 3 up. Oh, in and out. And Natan Cohn gets a big boy rebound. And Joe Grossman's pushing it up court. Crosses half court. He's got Eskenazi, the leading scorer for Share, on his back. Aaron Cohn throws it down to the top. He's got Joe Rosen on the wing. Joe Rosen drives in, kicks it out. Aaron Cohn out of bounds. 2 possessions starts with 2 turnovers. Really bad start. Let's see what this game has in store. It's looking sloppy to start off. All right, they got a shot in the corner. Yaakov Kirshner closes out. Natan Cohn gets to the big man. Turn-on jumper. And that was smooth. Number 35, Al-Qaeda, is one of their main scorers. He's actually tied to lead their team in scoring. Arnold Cohn starts getting a quick 3 up. Fakes it off the backboard. That's no good. They got to watch out that leak in the corner. Drives it to the paint and stolen away. Shua Leibowitz leads his team in steals. Drives, layup. Could have got that call, but he doesn't. 2 up to start off the game. Big bucket by Shua Leibowitz. Side out.
Always poking at the ball.
He really is. He gets those steals a lot. He's kind of pesky on defense. And that's another steal. Jakob Kirshner gets that hand in there. R.L. Cohen slows it down from the defense. Inside Kirshner. Oh, finger roll. That's his move. The little, you see that touch for the big guy down low. You need May's fan base to turn up. You hear the Share crowd getting loud, but there's no May to be heard. Top of the key for Ashkenazi. He's tied for leading scorer with Al-Qaeda, number 35. Oh, Pogba comes out of bounds, and he saves it. Oh, don't. That's Ming Sua. What a highlight if he finishes it. And he does. What a highlight. Sports Center NBA top 10 right there. Number 15, little guy, brings it up. He's one of these smaller guys, but he looks like he's efficient the way he's bringing the ball up. Missed travel call. Gets the tough reverse layup to fall. That was a nice play. The YST Stars hanging in there. Now, JJ, being on the junior varsity team, we see a big differential between the Share, the varsity and the junior varsity. As Shua Leibowitz is a nice dish into Kirshner for a second bucket of the night. So you see the big difference. The Share team here is actually hanging in there undefeated opposed to the Shire team with the JV that was blown out by our junior varsity team to start off the year.
I feel like this game, YST, they got to slow it down a little bit.
No, I definitely see where you're coming from.
Down by 4 years.
But they've shown that late game they've come up. There's definitely not been a lightweight. There's not been a pushover like one might consider their other team. Dove Rosen drives into pay Yakov Kirshner at the top of the key. He's really been a key to scoring.
This makes him as number one offense.
That's true. They have been the number one overall rating in offense based on points per game. Not that coach drops that inbound pass. But the difference is they don't translate the same way on the defensive end. They're just average right in the middle of the league at number 4 on defensive points a game. Shua Leibowitz gets that long rebound. If you know long shots, you get long rebounds. And he's there, slows it down at the top of the key, gives it to Dove Rosen. R.L. Cohen passes up a three, but Natan Cole gets that offensive rebound. Now, here's the thing, though. Let's see if he could. Exactly. You nailed it, JJ. Let's see if he can convert those free throws. He's only shooting at a very low. Actually, that's not true. I thought it'd be much lower. It's at 40%, which is not great, obviously. But according to the NBA standards, it's not terrible. As he hits that first one. That's a big key, by the way. If our big guys could hit free throws, because they get fouled a lot.
No, it's a fundamental to the game.
It really is.
You really gotta get that down.
It unfortunately ended our season early, and free throws are good. As you know, that Natan Cohen hits both of them as he skips a little bit down there. Ashkenazi, number 2, bringing it up court. We know he could ball. We saw a little bit of the game against YDT 11 last week. But he got that travel call, but we know he's a baller. He had a nasty park ball move last year. He moved over, you're good.
Why don't you switch sides, because it's in the circle.
Okay. R.L. Cohen slows it, brings it up court. Dove Rosen, open 3. Oh, he shoots it. Dove Rosen absolutely. Last game, he started off with 3 quick threes against Stuff's time, and he didn't score for the rest of the game. Let's see if he can keep that 3 streak going. Outside, it's just that first. Oh, and a tough bucket for Ashkenazi. That was a big boy bucket. You said that, JJ. The ref's getting into it with the coach of Share screaming at each other. Timeout Black, a 30-second timeout. And I think what led to that timeout is the inconsistency.
They're a little upset about that call, man. They've been trying to get their timeout for the past 30 seconds.
They were. You saw him and the ref kind of jawing at it. And we were just offered a mic by Zaki Kapetas, the scoreboard operator. But as you know, it's not necessarily a Rabbi Meyer tournament out here. We don't need the whole gym hearing our broadcast. Shout out to Rabbi Meyer. We love you.
3, 2, 1, 2 ball.
3, 2, 1. NBA
Seniors
basketball. You nailed it.
Nailed it.
The seniors did nail it.
You can find that on YouTube.
You could find that on YouTube. Actually, great May skit by the 12th grade this year. The seniors really pulled it out. Shout out to Ari Richmond, actually member of the varsity basketball team. He really directed that nicely. Every Brandsdorfer, his nice contributions in there. playing Rabbi Bennett. Shmuel Jacobs, obviously, Rabbi Yafi's always a big role in that senior skit. But he really set a nice narrative, a nice tone for that senior skit. Anyway, Eskenazi trying to convert.
Talking about big roles, we have Jakob Kirschner. He's been insane this whole season.
Really has been. Speaking of him, he puts on a big board. He's trying to be aggressive. Dove Rosen drops it. It swings over to Arnold Cohn. Arnold Cohn gets it in there. Oh, blocked, but Natako gets it back, and now he's fouled. It's a foul on number 42, and they got to watch out because they don't want to get in foul trouble early with the big guys down there. Hard to really get boards off of. Speaking of big guys, number 35 for YST Al-Qaeda. He really is a scoring beast for them, averaging just about 11 points a game. Natako short on the first one. He has hit his first two, though. And coming out of the first timeout called by Team Black, the YST Stars, May is up 13-6, misses both, and the offensive rebound was bobbled by Kirsch and able to be recovered by the Stars. Then has a cross-court pass. That could be a dangerous one. Nice tap pass, and he's fouled on the drive. Shua Leibowitz is fouled, but he's confused. He doesn't think he should have been fouled. He should have been called on that foul, but, it's just part of the game. Nobody really ever agrees to a foul call. And another steal by the May Eagles. Man, they're all over this place. No Rosen bringing it up. Tries to push it, gets it to Kirsch. In, out, dribble, reverse slam. Oh! That was a move right there. Jakob Kirschner with a Euro step. He's been compared to Giannis Antetokounmpo over recent games. He's a paint beast, but his shot still needs a little bit of work. But he's really been a scoring demon. Almost knocked away again, but recovered by the Stars. Ashkenazi's really been ball dominant here. Other guys on this team haven't really been able to create offense. And stolen again. Dove ends up with it. He's trying to push it. And no. What a stutter there. First game on the mic. Ashkenazi knocked away by Shua and stolen by Aaron Cook. The amount of turnovers generated. Oh, that was a dangerous pass. But out of bounds. As a scary fall for
Eskenazi seems to be the leading ball handler.
He really is. He's been ball dominant, and he hasn't been able to create offense, and therefore they have not been able to create offense. And that was a terrible inbound pass. Steals it, throws it backwards. Jakob Kirsch. No! And it's straight down. Blocked by Kirschner. No, did they call a foul? Did they call a foul? No. No way. A beautiful block. Highlight block. Chase down. Hear the boost from the May crowd as Jakob Kirschner's dad in the stands is shouting at the refs. He is not impressed with that call. That was a clean block as far as I'm concerned. Reminiscent of LeBron James in that 2016 NBA Finals. That chase down was really nice, and they got that bad foul call on them. Unable to convert on both. Oh, the tip in. Now, while number 42 isn't necessarily tall, he's really a big body down there, and he's good for the Stars. He's been helping. That's not his first bucket of the night, and won't be his last either. Oh! Rosen, you see that face? Oh, and he does a Michael Jordan shrug as he gets a maybe, we'll call it a skillful bank. It's his second three of the night. Like I said, he usually starts off strong on those three-pointers. Hopefully it doesn't fizzle out. Natan Cohen staying vertical, no foul call, kick out. Three-pointer, Eskenazi, no good. Long rebound, and Eskenazi's back on that wing. Travel call, another turnover for the Stars. And Ari Ritchie, who we are...
This game has been one-sided here with just
It really has been. And it's not like the Stars haven't been playing great. It's just that they have the inability to hang on to the basketball. They have no rhythm is being built. No momentum is being changed. Dobro's in the same spot. No good for the third try. And Ari Richmond back in there for a rebound opportunity. Unable to grab it, but you like seeing the hustle. Eskenazi with a nice crossover. Yeah. Oh, that would have been an athletic finish if he would have been able to finish it. But he was unable. Jakob Kirschner switches to the left hand. No good. Ari Ritchie. Oh, no, sorry, my bad. That was Dove Rosen. Knocks it off of number 15. And Dobie Taubenfeld comes in to replace Dove Rosen. That was a good outing. Dove Rosen giving us 2 buckets for 6 points. A cut in the paint. And Ari Richmond getting 2 free throws. A fan favorite here on the Altera Shackles side. No, that's a foul on number 35. And the big guys for Shari are really about, it seems like they're going to get in foul trouble. And that's really the last thing you want against an offensive powerhouse in the NBA, just like the May Eagles. Yeah, and you hear the cheers.
A really good free throw.
He really is. And you see him put that work in the gym. Let's just hope he gets that. Just hope the work translates into time on the basketball court. In and out. It's inside of the rim and out. But yeah, Jakob Kirchner, he's really been the motor for this team. When this team hasn't been good on offense, he's been there for them. He's been
As part of the JV basketball team last year, can you tell me how Jakob Kirchner really took the team and made it his?
Yeah, you know what? As a freshman, I was really, you know what? Kirchner redeems himself on the block as we're talking about him. But he's really athletic and he's really big. And he just proves that in this day, you don't really need to have a nice shot to be effective.
He just takes control.
Exactly. You nailed it. Oh. And Ashkenazi's getting frustrated. He's not getting his buckets to fall, but the foul call is there.
He's having a hard time finishing here in this first half.
It really is. But the last thing you want to do, like Rossi Fardman there in the first game of the JV basketball season, he actually, fun fact, first player to ever average more technical fouls than points in a game. Love you, Rossi Fardman. That's a fun fact.
ESPN stat right there.
Down and out, down and out.
He averages more technical fouls.
Now, also shout out. Speaking of technical fouls, last year Coach Doug Titleback led the way in a rough, grinded out match against Nishmas Latora. He showed the team that he was there for them as Judah Agrishoff checks in by getting a nice technical foul, having the crowd get on their feet for Nishmas because of the technical foul for May, showing the support and the love for them. JJ Ostroff, what's it feel like to be able to receive a official NBA basketball?
I feel like Michael Jordan right there. If I would have held that on for a little longer, put up that shot, I would have went in. Oh, what a find.
That was a deep find. That's the look, and it was about to be another turnover. And I called a pushing foul on Dovie Taubenfeld, excuse me. Dovie Mandelbaum, shout out, leading that varsity football team to a much-needed championship this year for the May Eagles. Clap it up at home, everybody. The 9 viewers at home. Hopefully we can get that number up. Get that number up, ladies and gentlemen. Stuart Leibowitz guarding up. Yeah, speaking of Dovie Taubenfeld, JJ.
He has more points in game than more days in school.
That is, in fact, possibly true. Dovie Taubenfeld has more points on the basketball court than days in attendance in school. How about that? Anyway, the Shari team gets hyped as they get a nice bucket on the inside cut. Coastal left open for 3, and that's the one weakness. Like I compared it to him to before, Giannis, that inability, not the inability, but the shot the defense wanted to shoot.
Feels like the Barclays Stadium, how we're only hearing defense chants, and we're not even going for the home team.
You know what? That may have been true 2 weeks ago, but with this recent run of KD and Kyrie, 50-point bomb and a 60-point bomb by Kyrie and a 53 for KD, they've really been there. The crowd, hopefully, unlike the Charleston Gymnasium at the moment, but hopefully it turns into the tide of the home team.
Already been 9 50-point games in the NBA by one player.
Now, Kirschner with that rebound, the score 19-12 as you see on your scoreboard. Dovie Taubenfeld, open 3. Oh, that looked good. But Ari Richmond with the open board. Judah Agrishoff, he gets that bucket. And Judah Agrishoff, if we're checking the stats here, according to ESPN, his second bucket of the year. Another 2-point bucket. Ashkenazi, he's really being hounded. And the steal comes up because, he's really the only one who's going to be aggressive and try to score. Stuart Leibowitz, unfortunately, does not convert on the fast break layup. A little bit extra sauce, unneeded, but then he gets back on the hustle for that jump ball. Now, YST has 4 turnovers just in the past couple of minutes. And you see bad errant passes, 3 travels, if I'm not mistaken, as it just goes through his hands. That's another turnover. 42 on Black, and he is getting into foul trouble. How many fouls does 42 have? And that's the 3rd foul on number 42 as the YST coach gets mad that he was not aware of the foul trouble of his very key player. A big man on the boards, putbacks, inside scoring, and he could really be a problem if they get into foul trouble. See, the foul call is not called, and they get mad on the YST side. Jakob Kirschner, you said, oh, a hard roll call, or maybe it was just a slip, a wet spot on the floor, but either way, he converts that tough layup. And another turnover.
After 6.
Subs, and Abed Kasser, maybe one of Hummon's sons, I'm not sure, but it kind of sounds like it. Shout out to Purim, Big Candy, partying, all that stuff, good stuff. But, Adar Gimel on the way, hashtag about Wolves class. But Shua Leibowitz with that up top, drills it. He drills that three. That was wetter than a rainstorm in the rainforest. Shout out to Evan Meyer with the analogies. And kicks out to the corner for three. Oh, tries to answer in and out. They're unable to convert. And it's too early to say as Kirschner converts. Oh, I spoke too soon. I've had my fair share of those in my day. But it looks like it's starting to get a little bit out of hand in the first half. About to be another turnover. But he steals it back. That was hustle right there. Even though they're down 14 early in the first half, well, early in the game, it's late in the first half, but they are not showing any lack of fight. Oh, it's a beautiful acrobatic move. Does not lead to 2 points, but Alcana gets the and one.
Every Sunday here in the Falcons Gymnasium, it's just been a ride here. The crowd has been going crazy every single
It
Sunday.
really has been. It's been a beautiful thing to see all of the schools come together.
The whole Jewish nation.
Exactly.
All
Yisrael, you nailed it, man. Nothing like high school basketball and some Jewish high school kids. But so now Cohen enters for Jakob Kirschner. And let's see how the offense operates, as well as Aaron Cohen, both Cohens. But let's see how the offense operates without Jakob Kirschner on the floor. He's really been their motor. And last year, Aaron Cohen was a big factor. He was a big source of offense. But this year, he started off the year with scoring outputs of 2, 1, and 2. He has been more of a leader and a facilitator as Alcana gets another and one. And he's really been, if not for Eskenazi, he's been another leading scorer. As Rich sees in absolute disbelief if you zoom in on his face. He's in absolute disbelief. He does not think he should be called on that foul. Looking more confused than some guys on a Mr. Pesner test. Yeah, but we saw actually last week that May got out to a 12-point lead on Kavach Chaim, and it really looked like they had that game in the bag. While coming to a close on the first half, nearing a minute left, you can never count the team out in this league. Being part of a big comeback myself, a couple of them actually, in big games as well.
Shout out to Benjamin Brunner.
Shout out to my main man, Benjamin Bulldog Brunner. An unfortunate turnover for the May Eagles.
He's had 6 turnovers.
No, it's still on team, man. But it started off the first 2 possessions of the game have been conspiracies from the coach. Check the scorebook, should be 19, says Coach from YST. You know what? Scoreboard changes, scoreboard mishaps and mistakes happen. We're looking at the scorebooks. Scoreboard mishaps do happen, actually, in the Knicks-Nets game recently.
That's correct.
It is correct. Okay. Shmuel Weiss, right yet again. So shout out to Shmuel Weiss. It's his second game of the season that he was actually told that he was wrong about the score on the board, and he was actually correct. Morta Friedman of Netzach being the first team to tell him that he's wrong. And actually, it's great to see that Shmuel Weiss is a reliable scoreboard operator that we have here in the NBA. Shout out to Shmuel Weiss, Zaki Capetta, Zach Kessler, and Ahmed Bennett, these score table operators. So,
Mr. Bornstein's class, Yehuda Diamond had to announce a basketball game. And he probably got an A+ because, as you can see, this is his first time here, and he's doing absolutely amazing.
You know what? I really appreciate that, JJ, and I would not have any other person on my side than JJ Osdrop. What a great partner. What a great duo. And I'm honored to actually be part of this first ever broadcast with live Announcers, Doug Rosen making the athletic save, looking like Daniel Gortz on that football team today. Daniel Gortz with another 2 touchdowns. He's kind of looking like the Calvin Johnson,
He's like
DeAndre
MJ. He's playing
Hopkins,
2 sports at once.
Devontae Adams of this football league, and he's really been tearing it up.
Also
I think
on the basketball court.
also on the basketball. Up on the basketball court. He's actually a really effective rookie at the freshman, at the starting shooting guard spot. Started every single game. And a travel call, or a non-travel call, it looked like he jumped. But the ref was right there, and he says no. Okada gets deep. Another and one. It's third and one, and maybe a light call, but that's Okada's third and one. And he's over double digits, looking to finish it again. And like I said, against that Chofetz Chaim game, it looked like they were up big, and they shut it out, and they could not close that half out. They were up by 12, and now they have a chance to make it a 5-point deficit. And this is not something you like to see. You want to see the defensive consistency, and he is unable to convert, but they could hold for that last shot. And Eskenazi, unsurprisingly, really, is the one handling it. He gets in there, and blocked this time. Alcana's been a beast, and now he's fouled again. And now it's on Code, maybe in foul trouble. Saki Kapetas. Saki Kapetas. What's Nathan Cohen's foul at? Who's it on? Who's it on? And yo, a big shout out to who got home for the foul. So anybody in foul trouble? Nobody? Wow, that is something. Now, Ari Ritchie, a fan favorite, not in the game right now due to the fact that he's got desperate foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls, and the first half's not even over. Obviously, he can't get 5 because he's not in, but 1 more, and he's done. Knocked away. He's got to get a shot up, and the clock expires before he got the shot up, but it was not good either way. And we see that when Jakob Kirshner came out, the offense did not operate the same, and May was stuck on 26 for a while there.
What a halftime there. You would have diamond.
Great to join you. Shout out Rabbi Karp right here. Rabbi Karp blocking our camera view. So we would like to interview Rabbi Karp. Rabbi, what have you seen from this May team so far? What have you been impressed with, and what do you think could be fixed up? They are very good. Who have you been? It's our makeshift microphone. We're gonna pretend like we got a microphone. It says NBA TV right here. May Eagles Live on like that little box. So we're here on May Eagles Live. Moshe Bistritsky coming back from Israel. Shout out. Moshe Bistritsky, May Eagles legend himself, the one and only quarterback, starting point guard. He's done almost all of it. And he's really been an iconic one here for the May Eagles. He's a real one. Zaki Kapetas talking to the referees, Coach Zev Teitelbaum. And you know what? It's really been amazing to see so far. So, JJ, what have you been impressed with so far over this first half of basketball?
You know, with Ari Sinetsky out, May's been holding up really well here. You know, they're down by 4.
So that is a good point brought up by JJ. Ari Sinetsky, a key cog to this team's offense, he's not here today. The athletic Gingy, Red Velvet as he's known in Rabbi Meyer's tournaments, he is really something to be reckoned with, as our scoreboard operator is showering us in sorries because he knocked over our camera. But Ari Sinetsky, as I look at our stat sheet, the season high is 10. Season high is actually 13. Got an 8 bomb in there. He got a 4, which is his lowest of the year. And he's a decent free throw shooter as well. So you know what? His athleticism on defense, and he's really just a big piece.
And not just this year. Last year, he's been a main part of the team.
Last year, yeah.
Claiming victory.
In a short season, 3.
Made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah. So it was a 3-game regular season due to the unfortunate spread of the virus of COVID. But we all know that he was actually a big part, the 3rd leading scorer on the year. He had 28 points, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a big part. Ari Sinetsky, if you're watching, shout out to you from home. All the other viewers at home, thank you for watching on May Eagles Live. And we've got 2.5 minutes left. And
Let's get a
JJ,
quick recap.
let's get a quick recap. I
Yuta
like that
Diamond, can you
idea.
give us 3 main keys
Yeah,
the
so
Simca
actually,
Tarasco Eagles
so
to
here's
make
the
this
thing.
game off?
It starts off, obviously, Bill Russell famously said defense wins championships, and he's the ultimate person to listen to about winning championships. Shout out to Rabbi Carv's son, watching us there from a distance. But what's your name? Yosef Carp, the beast. But we know that defense was championships, 11 out of 13 championships for Bill Russell. And we see the turnovers, right, JJ? The amount of turnovers that was generated by the lack of continuity from
Bro,
the,
use
the
the microphone.
YST offense,
It's not on. It's not on.
and a microphone upgrade, by the way, sponsored by FM Home Loans. Thank you, FM Home Loans. On the wall of the stadium here, I don't know if you can see from home, but FM Home Loans, more home loans for your money.
What is a homo?
A home loan, it kind of sounds like Shlomo, Rosenthal. Shout out Shlomo Rosenthal, everybody. Hopefully, we're full Shlema. No, we checked it. Yeah, we looked it over.
Shlomo Rosenthal coming
Oh, we'll
back.
look at it again. I'll tell
Coming back
store
from
operator
injury
is not
for
here right
his
now.
meniscus,
But we'll check.
and we'll be back for the Simca Tarasco
Yeah,
JV
we'll check
football
again.
team
But
next week. He will be back.
anyway, yeah. What did you say? I missed that. I'm sorry. I was talking to
Shlomo
Alcada.
Rosenthal
He's really been a beast on the boards. Yeah.
towards meniscus, and we'll be back soon.
Yeah. So Shlomo Rosenthal, actually, on behalf of everybody, we're full Salema. We really hope that you get well soon. Unfortunately, starting tight end tore what we thought was his meniscus. Turns out a smaller ligament in his knee. Rabbi Bennett, it's not on. This is not on. It's just a
Oh, we
prop.
can see ourselves on there.
We could see ourselves on there. Our first announcement of all time. And we like to interview actually the Skan Menahel of Meseta Tarasakov and the official commissioner of the NBA. What a beautiful league. And we already spoke about him in the pregame. Well, Rabbi Bennett, what have you seen so far in this season that has stood out from every other season so far? We do. We definitely do.
That's pretty amazing. Time Brooklyn, shouting to the Stars, very competitive teams. Just makes the league even more competitive, makes it more exciting. We're gonna have more fans, more community people. Security.
Yeah. Thank you, Rabbi Bennett. I could not agree more. And
Rabbi Meyer is not here for the
Rabbi
security.
Meyer is not here for the security. We love you, Rabbi Meyer. Let's move down. Rabbi Elishayev, he's actually our resident. Although he didn't get a lot of time, he had some key buckets, some 3-pointers. He got in our first round of the playoffs against YZP. He got some key minutes to close out the game when I fouled out. But we'd like to talk to Avada, just ask him a quick question. As a freshman, what has been your experience? What do you think? Obviously, people always say there are other basketball leagues out there. But what do you think about the NBA that makes it different from every other league?
Here we have Rabbi Bennett. We have Rabbi Bennett over here as the head over here, and we have Zach Kessler also, who is a commissioner of this league.
Well, so that's a good point. The commissioners are like none other. They're warm, they're friendly, they're always approachable. As a wild shot goes up, almost goes down. Anyway, JJ, we start off our halftime report with 3 keys as an offensive foul by Share. And like our first key said, maintaining turnovers by the good defense and the bad offensive Share. So JJ, what do you think a second key as a 10-point, a double-digit deficit turns into a 4-point
You
lead?
just gotta slow down the game. They gotta connect on their shots. They gotta put up the right shots. Not every pass is good, but they gotta connect on passes, and they just gotta get the ball into the net.
You know what? That's a good point. I didn't really think about that. Oh, a big block by Yaakov Kirshner as he swats that away for his 3rd block of the game. Oh, that would have been an acrobatic finish to see that English. Anyway, that's a good point, though, brought up by JJ. You got to keep it simple sometimes. The extra pass or the extra Euro step with the fancy spin off the glass isn't always helpful.
Let's talk about Natan Cohen here for a second. He's an all-around great player, but he's really gotta connect on defense in the lower paint. That's where most of their points are coming from.
You know what? That's another great point brought up by JJ Oscar. Natan Cody's a big body out there. And when he gets aggressive, he is unstoppable like we see right there. And he gets the foul call. An offensive rebound. Nobody is his side. He just needs that hustle, put in that work, and he gets that bucket. He's a beast on the boards. He's a Mack truck down the lane, and he just needs that hustle, that intensity, that energy to be a beast, to reach his full potential that he can. As he misses the first free throw. Now, before this game on the season, Natan Cohen, like I mentioned before, he's shooting 40% on the year. Started off the game 2 for 2, and he's missed 3 since. Now, I think the announcer jinx came into play there as he's 50% on the game. What do you think about the announcer jinx? Myth or it's legit?
There is no myth there. Every single game, you know, the announcer, he calls everything. He goes the other way.
You know, now it is a big controversy if you watch some NBA games, some NBA games, a lot of different things.
Except for Tony Romo in the NFL, he calls everything.
That's facts. Tony Romo may be an oracle. He may be like a hidden W or something.
Crowd is silent here.
That is silent for Alcana. And he misses it. Now, I don't know. Yeah, we're not going to go there. I don't hear any noise on the side of the main stands, but we need. There you go. Chases it up. Misses both free throws. That's what Kershaw pushes it. Gilbert can start off the game aggressive. Misses it. Shu Leibowitz with a nice tap up. Gets the ball in the corner. Back behind the back pass to Aaron Cohen. Back to Shua. Back to Dove. Dove, maybe a little hop step. No, he does not get that. Dove gets the frustrated clap. And they're down. They're going to back down court. Now, there's been 1 point so far in the first 3.5 minutes of this game. It's a 3-point deficit, and things might start to get dangerous here as we're scanning the main crowd and they're looking nervous. There's no energy. There's no hype. There's a carry.
That's the first carry call of the game.
It's maybe the first carry call of the century. I don't remember the last time a carry was called. Second carry call of the century. This just in. Noah Clabe says that it's the second. No. This is not looking good for me. A 4-0 run by YST. And now the deficit to just 1. And May's been outscored so far in the quarter 6-1. They need something to go for them. Maybe Shua Leibowitz needs to bring his veteran leadership. Natan Cohen down low with the pay, gives it up to Yaakov Kershaw. Aaron Cohen looking for his first points of the game. The air ball is wrong. He's looking like a Russell Westbrook. But actually, I don't know if you've seen this interview with him. He's been impressive lately in the Raptors game. A turnover, which we have not seen over late. A foul call as Shua gets knocked to the ground hard. And he has a disgusted look on his face. He's not happy with that foul. Number 15 called for the foul.
They forced 7 turnovers against YST in the first half. They really got to step it up this half. Their defense has got to put in more work.
You know what? Thank you, sub-statistician JJ Ostroff, for that turnover stat. And we need something to go right for the Eagles here. Shua misses that floater. Zaki Kapetas, I'm very not happy with that comment, I'm not going to lie. Zaki Kapetas, I've only shouted out people so far, but nah, man, you cannot make that call. A fellow Eagle, a fellow brother, and that is not looking good. Astare takes their first lead of the game. No, that's not true. The first lead since it was 4-2. I think. I could be wrong. I'm not the NBA here. No, Rosen cannot help. No, he cannot finish. Now, a part of that is the coward, not the cowardice, but like the lack of confidence to go up strong with their weak hand. And that's always a skill needed. The big man goes for the 3, no good. Rebounded by Natan, and Kurt tries to push it. Hey! And he ties the game up, 29 up. This game, like a, huh? Benjamin Brunner, star big man, buzzer beater against Cesar Torre. That was really something. He says that Chicago is a dunk. And really, if you think about it, finger nips the rim, the ball goes in. Natan Cohen acting like a leader out there. I like that. You see him screaming out for the screen. And tries to get it out of the quarter, number 30. And really, if you think about it, Share, oh, what a dunk! And fourth block of the game, Yaakov Kershaw. Trying to push it, trying to get something going. And 1! As the main crowd goes berserk. They are loving it. Crowd, all the dads. You know what? Maybe the Will Chamberlain of the league. Tall, lanky, athletic, strong. He's a phenom to be dealt with. He's a beast on the boards. He's a fast break phenom. He is something else. Unable to convert on the free throw, however. But May grabs that lead back with a quick 4-0 run. Let's see if they can capitalize and maintain it. as they get a deep and another turnover. And that was an unforced error on Share, but really helpful. And May is causing that pressure. All right.
Call timeout here,
Call timeout by, I believe, the Share Torah Stars. Now, if you remember, Share started off their year in JV
without any jerseys.
Yeah, without formal jerseys. They had black T-shirts with white duct
Not
tape.
even a name. They chose the Stars.
Yeah, they chose the Stars mid-season, or they just got a really late shipment from like AliExpress or something. I don't know. But either way, their jerseys, I'm not gonna lie, top 5 in the league. They're pretty nice jerseys. They did a nice job on them. But the duct tape would actually fall off, and it would get stuck to the floor.
That was something.
That was something else. Fast breaks were ruined by tape, man. You hear about like dead floor, like when you dribble it, it just doesn't go. Maybe like a wet spot or like a mop boy, like ruining a fast break. We never hear about duct tape causing shoes sticking to the floor. That's definitely a new one. One for Shaq and a fool.
The ones that they're wearing. They didn't have jerseys last season.
Yeah. So big stuff, everybody. So coming back out of that timeout. So the coach of YST, I think it seems like he doesn't really want them to fall behind. And for good reason, 13 minutes left, there's only so much time to capitalize. Obviously, there's a lot of time. It's a 2-point game for either team. It's anybody's game at this point. But he does not want this run to continue.
If you're tuning into the NBA, let's talk about the New York Knicks. They're down by 8 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
Next time I give out the scoring update on the NBA. All right, next time I give a scoring update on the NBA. Go to NBA Sports. NBA Sports. That was a big bucket, and you actually see that the Share, the advantage that May has over Share right now is a deeper rotation. They definitely have more depth on the bench. So Shua Leibowitz is not giving up any space. And no, after we'll do it after. And he's not giving up any space. Coach Jeff Teitelbaum is shouting out to watch that backdoor cut. Great coaching. Oh, and another turnover. You got Shua running. Shua doesn't see the guy in his back. Gets the layup with his left hand. Beautiful. But the difference is, Shire does not have that depth. You have seen minimal substitutions opposed to Ari Ricksman coming in. You've seen Judah Adbashov. You've seen some talent coming off the bench. And an airball floater, you don't see that often. Knocked out by Okada, and same way. A 6-point lead, and it really got scary there for the Eagles as they got outscored 6-2 to start it off. But now they've really turned it up, and they came back with a 6-point lead. So let's see if they can maintain this. Backup Kirshner calling for the ball. He's not getting it now. He gets it at the top of the key. Spin move, fade away. Oh, and one! It's the shots at the crowd. What a beautiful move, reminding us of a young Jason Tatum there with a high release. And the ref actually really nice showing of, he's explaining what the foul call is for, to try to minimize the screaming and the annoyance of the Stars.
Talk about a shoe game.
Talk about a shoe game. I'm not really sure. He looks like he's worn those out, but he's used them well as he's averaging 19 points a game and counting. Probably going to go up after this impressive performance yet again. Kick out, little shuffle of feet, no call, and he's not able to get that rebound as they're out hustled. Alcana gets a big one, but unable to finish layups, and it looks like they're just tired out. Oh, and he got number 15, flapping like Flappy Bird. He's looking like an angry bird, in-out dribble. He did not have to kick that out. He should have gone strong, but you know what? In the moment, make mistakes. Dove Rosen handling the ball, a little fumble. Oh, tries whipping it over. It's too hot to handle for Nathan Cohen. They'll bring it up. Ashkenazi. They actually had a nasty move last time against the Darkness 11th team. As the three goes down and a little bit of life to get right back into this for Shara. It is a 5-point game. But he had this move. It was a blowout. They ended up winning 60-41. And it was something when he threw it off the back of a defender. Second three-pointer of the game.
Shows him who owns this court here. This is the Eagles court.
It is the Eagles' house. And he shows why he's one of the remaining.
Eagles nest.
The Eagles' nest, it is. And he shows everybody why he's one of the remaining 6 contestants in the Rabbi Meyer 3-point contest. That's cursed with yet another block.
How much is that? 5, 6 blocks?
5 or 6, something like that. Wow, he's really been a beast on the defense. The only difference is whether or not they're able to capitalize on a bucket right after with the rebound. The defensive possession is never over until you get the rebound. Now stolen again, and you see the way Ashkenazi is carrying himself, dribbling it up the court very slowly, trying to exert minimal energy. That's into the paint, unable to finish. And a big bucket again, 32, narrowing it down to a 4-point lead. We need Aaron Cohn. He's that X factor without Ari Sinetsky in the game. Let's see, he drives it into the paint. In out move. Kirshner with a little hezzy. Fadeaway pull up. And that's one of his patented moves. He's really worked on that, and you see his game evolve over the years. Coach Jeff Teitelbaum begging for a rebound. He needs something to go right for his team on the defensive end, as they're just trading buckets. And that's never going to work in the long run. He gets a little pump fake, stays grounded. Shua does not get far enough, though, for him to get an open shot. Into the corner, double team, nothing happens. Back up top, Shua leaves right there. Denies the screen, flips it over to Luz. You know what? 3 seconds. He missed a shot, and you know what they say, you snooze, you lose. And Luz looked way too tired there. Joe Rosen's got that ball. Gives it up. Jakob Kirshner attempted a three-pointer. That is not his forte. Air ball. You know what? I love Jakob Kirshner, but you got to be able to pick and choose your shots. And that's exactly what Shari wants him to do. He may have been feeling it. Jakob Kirshner's down, leading May in the defense check. And this is the first time I've heard real energy from them all night. Jakob Kirshner pushing it on the rebound. Oh, finger roll!
He could dunk if he wanted to. Let's say that.
Yeah, you think so? Honestly, if he gets a nice dunk, he may show out that Ari Sinetsky popped a timeout call by Shari, coach. Now, Kirshner's really been helpful to this team. You saw the difference when he came off the court. They were not the same on offense.
If Jakob Kirshner would dunk the ball, that would be the first dunk in Mississippi basketball history.
Yeah. You know what? It's not something that you see a lot with
He'll be up there with Gabe Leifer, you know.
well, Gabe Leifer was the Yeshiva League member, actually now proudly repping for the YU Max. And actually, speaking of the YU Max, the famed Ryan Terrell has actually declared eligible for the draft. So among the Jewish communities, the draft will be highly televised. Shout out to number 32 on YST. He's viewing the media table curiously, a sly grin on his face as he likes to shout out. Yo, subscribe and turn on post notifications. Like, May Eagles, go watch this game after the game. And merch coming out soon, hopefully, on maygeo.org. So, you know, definitely love to see it, love to rep it, and couple high shout outs in the stands.
Behind it.
We got a big Eagle, Mike Stern, a triathlete. Yeah, so speaking of Ryan Terrell, he is not the first Jewish Orthodox player. Oh, as he shoots a floater one hand, and Shua is baffled. He is absolutely enamored at the fact that he has been called for a foul. And
How many fouls does he?
how many fouls does Shua Leibowitz have? That's the second, and he's
He's
not.
been good in the foul.
He has been. You know what? He's one of the last players that you want to be in foul trouble. He's a key leader. He brings a veteran presence and calms their offense down. Substitution, and number 24, Ande.
YST has
Comes
6
in.
fouls. Man, that's great defense.
Close out. Ashkenazi does knock out his free throw. And it's a 7-point game. There's plenty of time for either team to either separate or to come back.
You know, Aaron Cohen, really an explosive player.
He is an explosive player.
Like
As Kirshner is fouled. Now, I don't know if Westbrook is as good. He's not as explosive as he's shifty.
Talk about his game tying shot against.
Oh, what's Russell Westbrook is saying? Yeah, you know what? He's not known as a three-point shooter, but he got that big. We already mentioned this game, but that was quite a game.
His
What
only
a finish.
highlight this season.
Overtime. No, that's not true. We won't give him that. He had a couple nice dunks.
Enough of the slander.
Exactly. Enough of that slander. He got that nice three. It plays the mind to bring his foot right back behind that arc. But actually, speaking of NBA history, Adnan Cohn, Shaq on the glass, he gets that foul on the offensive. Number 42 is another foul, and is that number 4 or number 42? That is number 4 on number 42. Sorry. All right.
42 and 35.
All right. And he is.
YST keeping track of their fouls.
Yeah, you know what?
Their coach is really in the
Foul
game.
trouble really
He knows
hurts
what he's doing.
a team. As you know, you think of like big games of all basketball levels in the past, and fouling out is just absolutely crippled a team's chance or hopes at winning. As Eskenazi drives into that paint, he's really been a star for them. Him and number 42 and not Eskenazi, Alcada have been big bright spots, but they haven't had other contributions. And for me, even though they haven't had scoring contributions as an offensive rebound flying in, yeah, but you have, even if these guys aren't all scoring, you got the assists and the leadership of Aaron Cohen. You got the spacing ability of Dove Rosen. You got the rebounding ability of big Natan Cohen. As we're talking about the playmaking abilities of Aaron Cohen, he got that nice dump down to Jakob Kirschner down low with yet another bucket. Jakob Kirschner point hitter. Give me Kirschner point hitter. And they need a rebound, offensive rebound. They cannot get a rebound, but they got a steal. Yet another turnover, but it's stolen back. And number 42 gets a diving layup right into that paint, and he's really been a key scorer. He's been that X factor, maybe even keeping the Stars in this game.
We are joined here by Benjamin Brunner. Can you tell us what is the most exciting part of this game here for you? Jakob Kirschner, bro. He's taking over the whole game.
Jakob Kirschner is, in fact, talking over the whole game. But Brunner is not a stranger to that himself, as he's been in the spotlight. Double digits. He's actually hit a buzzer beater in his career, an offensive foul. And Dove Rosen has been called for a foul. And a substitution. Alcada comes in, and he's really something to be reckoned with. And with 3:40 left to go, Jakob Kirschner has cracked 20 for the second time on the year, keeping his average above 19 and may even go up to 20 points. But here's the thing. Exactly. He's dropping bombs. Oh my God. I did not get that reference. You know what? If you get it, you get it. And we're not going to go into that. But he's really been a pain for May to deal with. That's a big bucket. Suolibos comes up with a big bucket. Clock stops at 3:10. And that is something big as a timeout called by Zev. That camera work is beautiful. Shout out, camera crew. We put together our setup today just minutes before the game. And so far, hopefully, it's been a great live stream. See, Israel Shemesh, wishing he was part of that basketball team.
His mid-range shots here have been absolutely phenomenal.
And that's true. Part of the NBA these days, mid-range shots aren't so, they're not so
valuable.
They're not, they are valuable, but they're not valued. Exactly. As the statistics show against it. Like DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Durant, Marcus Aldridge, these are some mid-range players that are just on another level, and they take those statisticians that like they say against that mid-range shot, and they prove them wrong. They throw back in their face. Anyway, so as we hope you're enjoying this game, but the streaming and the broadcast of the NBA without express written consent of the NBA, it's not allowed, not legal. And a 3-second call yet again. Alcada looks frustrated. So like I said, the broadcasting and streaming of this game is not legal without the express written consent of the NBA. Now, Jakob Kirschner, in the short history of the NBA, maybe the all-time scorer, he is one of the only players eligible, actually, for a 4-year scoring
NBA,
career.
LeBron James just taking over Karl Malone.
Yeah, we discussed that. And yeah, that's a good point. Shua is not somebody you want to put on the free throw line with little time left in the game. As you say that, like I said, announcers jinx. And like we said, Natan Cohen, he puts in that hustle. He puts in that hustle.
These seniors have been at it their whole high school.
Yeah.
You know, they had it very difficult with COVID, but they are back. They're ready to win.
And a block called 2 shots. But here's the thing. Jakob Kirschner actually has a big advantage on the all-time scoring board because he is the first class eligible for a 4-year scoring run, meaning the NBA only started in his ninth grade. I thought Ashkenazi just misses it.
2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, so this game was much closer. He gets it back under double digits.
It's a 9-point game.
It's a 9-point game, it is. But let's see if they could get it down as they're trying to trap.
Look at this half
the
court
out
press
code. Yeah, it's a full court press actually, and they got the steal exactly what you want, but a bad pass and get out of bounds. That's exactly they initiated the first part perfectly, but they were not able to execute the right way down the stretch. Now, like I was saying, guys like Shua Leibowitz, who may be in contention, do not have a 4-year NBA experience under their belt, as the first year was in the youngest league. Shua Leibowitz being one of those possibilities for an all-time scoring. Yeah, but he got fouled though. He did get fouled. But honestly, I think Yakov Kirshner, much like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at this part of his career, will end up as the all-time leading scorer so far for the NBA. Obviously, there are people that may come after him. Daniel Gwartz, a natural athlete in all sports, making the football team a star, hitting double-digit touchdown catches in
Let's
their
talk about
fifth game of the year.
undrafted kids also, like Rafael Mayerson. He will be hopefully on the team next year.
And he honestly,
heck of a scorer.
he is one heck of a one-on-one player, reminding us of maybe even like a Kevin Durant, just a bigger version of Kevin Durant. Or you hit a diamond says to me, I really appreciate that actually.
And Donnie Klein.
Donnie Klein, you know what? Donnie Klein is one of a kind. The all-time three-point record in the tournament, in the three-point contest.
One of two to only hit both challenging shots in the three-point contest.
Yeah, you know what?
Followed by me.
Followed by JJ Mountain Dew Ostrov. Unfortunately, JJ, you did not convert that into the third round. Second round, I'm sorry. But Donnie Klein is the all-time record at 24 points. That's some NBA-level shooting. Coming in on a minute, YST really has to pick it up if they want to come in for the win. Knocked away. And, pull up NBA scores. 58, March Madness coming. And it looks like, obviously, you can't count anybody out, but it really looks like May will end up as the only undefeated team coming out of tonight. And, they put in that work, practice multiple times a week, 2 to 3. And shout out to DJ Abby for getting that hype flowing. Anyway, forget about the NBA for a second. Let's speak about the NBA. Today's slate of games start off with the Pacers wiping out the Trailblazers with a whopping 31-point blowout. And you know that the Trailblazers aren't really a team to be reckoned with Damian Lillard out. The Memphis Grizzlies beat the Rockets today by a big margin of 24. Without John Morant. John Morant did not play. And John Morant has really been a big come-up story of the NBA season so far. He's a legitimate MVP candidate in just his third year. And obviously the athleticism is something, every game it's a new highlight. I'll kind of slides under the rim for a nice finish. And it looks like they're kind of down on the YST side. You don't hear the nice find for Natan Coach. But you don't hear the chants that you heard in the beginning of the game. You see the body language, and they're not happy. Yeah, what have we seen? Shuli was fouled. It seems like he wanted the clock to play out, as it seems very hard for YST to come out. Almost impossible. Need a Tracy McGrady-like feat, if you're not familiar with that. Look at Tracy McGrady against the Spurs in the playoffs. He had 13 points in 35 seconds. Otherworldly. That was like superhuman-like. And they are down 11, and Shuli has a chance to make it 12. As you see at half court, Yakov Kirshner and Ashkenazi, their respective stars in these teams, are dapping up at half court. And they understood that this game is coming to a close, and this game does not, it looks like it's out of reach. Shua Leibowitz converting on that second free throw. And 22 seconds left. Some taunting chants, as I'm not sure how that got to Aaron Cohen, of all people. As Natan Coach tried dribbling it up. He will dribble the clock out.
And that
will do it. As this game comes to an end. Take it away, JJ.
The Eagles get the win. The score is 56-44.
Yeah, like we said, these two teams came in undefeated, the only undefeated teams. But only one of them comes out undefeated. Unfortunately, that's our May Eagles. Signing off, Yehuda Diamond, JJ Ostroff, our camera crew, Gabi Newman, our statisticians, Shmuel Weiss, shout out Shmuel Weiss, my main man. The scoreboard was correct. Second time in a row he was doubted. Second time in a row he was proven right. And Zaki Kapetas, although he did slander Shua Leibowitz, calling him overrated, he's got that nice beard game going. Shout out to Zaki Kapetas. Obviously, commissioners Rabbi Bennett, Zach Kessler, and anybody else I'm forgetting. I'm sorry to exclude you. We love you.
Let's talk about the
And
20-point
no, we got to
game.
sign off, dog.
You have to
But
sign off?
First, 20 points, keeps his average over 19. 20 points a game.